What does this mean? What does this mean? You got it. Today we're going to water bath can some tomatoes. Hang around and I'll show you how I do it. Okay, folks, I cut off the tops and any blemishes that might have been on the tomatoes. And I've got them all here in this pot, and notice I did not de-seed them. And notice I did not peel them, because that's the way we roll. That's the way we roll in the Shire. So now, I've got this burner on low, and I'm going to cook these tomatoes. Now, how long will it take them to cook? I don't know, until they're mushy and hot. So I'll bring you back. Okay, y'all, we are ready. These tomatoes are all cooked down. So, let me get this. Well, let me get that out of the way. Now, here's my jars. Let me get this out of the way. Now, I'm going to try not to use these big jars. So, since I'm going to do about 4 at a time anyway, I'm going to take these bigger jars. Okay, here's how I've got my canner set up. I got my jars waiting to be filled down there, but I got the ring on the bottom, the big ring that goes with the canner. Here's my tomatoes getting ready to be put in these jars. Now, I cleaned my jars in the dishwasher. And then, of course, I boiled them for 10 minutes in the canner. Now, I need to put 1 tablespoon of lemon juice in each jar. So let me do that. Okay, now I've added 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. I've got my thing back here. So now I'm going to fill this up to 1/4 below the rim. And I've got my little measure tool here. I guess I over-sanitized it. It kind of bent on me. So now I'm going to fill up this jar. Now, it's supposed to be 1/4 inch, but that's a little bit below 1/4 inch. So let me add. I had to take some out of there because I had it over full. So let me add just a little bit more. See, I sanitized all of this. So let me add just a little bit more. There. That's it. Now I'm going to put on... Ooh, wait, forgot. Got to wipe this rim off, y'all. Got to be sure to do that. So now comes my hot lid. And my ring. And I'm going to hand tighten this ring. Okay, there we go. So now I'm going to take my jar lifter. Put it in the canner. And on to the next jar. So, I'm going to go ahead and do these 3 jars and I'll bring you back. 3 more jars filled. Now I need to wipe the rims and put on the lid, and there's 3 more to add to the canner. Next 4, got to add 1 tablespoon of lemon juice to each jar. Now I've got to fill each jar with the tomatoes to 1/4 to the rim. Now I got to add the hot lids. Oops, y'all, I almost forgot. I got to wipe the rims first. Then I got to add the hot lids and the rings. And finger tight. Okay, that 4 is ready for the canner, and I can bring out 4 more jars. Well, y'all, it looks like I'm going to have to use my spare jars here that I did not want to use. I did sanitize those so they are ready to use, but I wanted not to use the big jars. But it looks like I'm going to have to. So here's, I'm going to fill up however many jars I need to fill up now. That's how much tomatoes I got left. And I'll bring you back when I set the canner there to boil. Look at there, y'all. I couldn't have planned that better if I wanted to. I am all out of tomatoes. I got a little bit of juice down in there. I'm all out of tomatoes, and I only had to use one extra jar. So let me get these rims wiped off. Let me get the lids on and the rings on, and I'll bring you back. Okay, there you go, y'all. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 jars. I'm going to put the lid on, turn the heat on full blast, and when it comes to a rolling boil, I will time it for 40 minutes. So we'll be back when this is at a rolling boil. I want y'all to see something. See those little bubbles coming up here and there? You can see there was one, there's one. Y'all, that is not a boil. That is not even a simmer. That is the jars getting hot and releasing some air. So don't even think that that's a boil. If you're starting your timing now, you're timing the wrong time. Those bubbles that you see are simply air being released. Nothing more. We need to wait for a full rolling boil. This is a rolling boil. A good, steady, hard boil. We will start counting now, and we will count 50 minutes. That's 50 minutes. And we'll be back. Got to put the cover on just a second. We'll be back. 50 minutes. Okay, y'all, I accidentally said 50 minutes, and it's supposed to be 40 minutes. So, been 40 minutes. Whew. Turn that off. And we'll be back in 5 minutes and take them jars out. Okay, y'all, it's been 5 minutes, so I'm going to take the jars out of the canner. Okay, here they are. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Now, tomorrow morning, we'll come back and we'll check them. They'll sit here all night. Okay, y'all, next morning, first things first, the water that's in this canner, it will not go to waste. I will bail it out and use what I can for watering the dogs. Now, here we go. Here are my 11 jars. Now, I want to point something out. Ooh, I may have to wash the jars out. Notice the separation. Does that mean I did something wrong? Yes and no. It means stuff wasn't hot enough or whatever. Is it wrong? It's not pretty. I will not win any prizes for these tomatoes, but they will taste just fine. I could have put them in my food processor before I even cooked them, or halfway through the cooking process, put them through my food processor, and I would not have gotten this separation. I could have used one of those de-seeders, de-skinners, or whatever it is. Oh, I forgot what they're called. They're real popular. And I would have not had this separation. Is there anything wrong with this? Well, looks-wise, like I said, I ain't going to win any awards. Now, what I'm going to do is, first off, I'm going to take all the lids, all the rings off. Okay? That's what we're going to do first. Okay, now you might say, why did I remove the rings? The reason I removed the rings, and the reason I never stack them, is because if something goes wrong with these jars, because they are not stacked, it's going to blow this lid. If I stack them and something goes wrong with this lid and it blows the lid, the weight of this jar could potentially cause it to reseal, and then I wouldn't know there was something wrong with this jar. That's why you never stack like this, and you remove the lids, the rings, because the ring can hold this down, and you'd never know that it busted the lid, because the ring would potentially help it reseal. Now next, I need to check the lids. No pop. See how they're all, is it concave? Is this concave or is that concave? Okay, they're all pulled in. I don't remember if that's concave or convex. But anyway, see? No popping. No popping. So these are all sealed. Now, before I let you go though, oh, and here's my labels. My ink pen is out that I usually write on the lid. You cannot use this lid more than once. You can use the rings as many times as you want, but these lids can only be used one time. They're one-time use only. These lids, they do make other lids specifically to be used more than once, but these are not them. Now, I made labels to go on here because my ink pen is all dried out. Now, you might be wondering too, before I go, see that separation? You can see it more here where it's lifted up. What am I going to do with that? Well, not separated anymore, is it? That's all you have to do, folks. That separation, see there, that separation is very common with tomatoes. Now that's a little burnt piece of tomato right there in case you're wondering. It's not a big deal. If I was taking this to the county fair to win a ribbon, I wouldn't win a ribbon. I see there's a couple more pieces of a little bit burnt tomato in there. I sure wouldn't be winning any prizes on this. I used just lemon juice. I added no salt, and I left the seeds in and I left the skins on, which that's just fine. It's the way I roll. So, thanks for watching, guys. And that's how I do my tomatoes. No, one other thing. Why do I like these little bitty jars? It's just me and Ernie. 99% of the time, a little jar like this is one meal. I cannot see having those big quart jars and having to put the leftovers in the refrigerator. Shake that up real good. Nope, I like the little jars because that's just enough for me and Ernie. So, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.